2 minutes out, decided to play some ominous music tonight. So that's the mood we should all be in. We should all be ready. 1 minute. And that's enough of that. It's 8:15. Good evening, Texas bikers and bikers all across the nation. This is Texas Biker Radio, and it's Sunday night live. Welcome to our program, our podcast that comes to you each and every week on Tuesday nights with me and OG at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, since the elections, we have been, and before the elections, we've been coming on at least every other night. So let me get these things off, because I just use them to hear the music. And I hope everyone is doing well out there. Now, let me get my mouse to move. There we go. I hope everyone's doing well. Now, before we get to the state of the election, there are some things I want to talk about that we're going to be doing here locally. And one of the things is we're going to have a China virus survivors rally here in Tarrant County, that's Fort Worth, Texas. We're going to have a rally that salutes all our first responders, our medical people, and the fantastic job they're doing. And in fact, they're saving lives and working miracles every day. Every day. So we're going to have a rally November 28th. Yes, that's Thanksgiving weekend on a Saturday. We're going to have a rally at noon in front of the Tarrant County Courthouse. And we're going to be talking about the things that are going on. That everything is not doom and gloom like is trying to be presented by the mainstream media. We're just not. They're trying right now to put us back in a box, and we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. And so let's all get together. You guys in the DFW area, please try all you can to show up. I know it's Thanksgiving weekend, a lot of people on the road, but then again, there are a lot of people here at home that are not traveling anywhere. Because right now, the way things are, it's a pain in the butt to do so. But that's what we're going to be doing. Help us spread the word. Go to Sons of Liberty Riders, MC, on events, and share it out there and like it and spread it out across Texas and the nation. And let them know we're not going to be locked back into a box again. That's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. And I would appreciate everybody's help. And so let's get started with the state of the election. Here's the deal. Whatever we do, whatever happens, we do not concede. The election has not been certified by a number of states. There are legal challenges ahead and pending right now. There are investigations going on. And I'm going to play you a video at the end of this that's going to tell you all about the Dominion voting programs. Now, right now, I'm wearing my hoodie, and as you can see, I've still got my I voted tag on. Now, the question has to be, were the 70-something million, 71, 72 million people that voted for Donald Trump, have they been disenfranchised? Have I? Have you? And to that, I would say yes, with all the voter fraud that is going on and has gone on and probably will continue to go on into Georgia. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. We do not concede. The president should not concede. And the media right now is in a full court press, a full court press to say, hey, accept this, it's over, accept it. What they're trying to do is influence the courts, the Supreme Court in particular. They're trying to get them to accept a vote that's illegal under our Constitution and the 14th Amendment. So this is what they're trying to do. They want you to accept it. They want the Supreme Court to accept it, and we've got to push back. We do not concede, and we continue to get out there every weekend, and that's part of what this rally is. Hey, we continue to get out there, support our president, and challenge these people that are coming after our country. Let me point out this. Right now, Biden is out there calling for unity. Unity. How does this happen? We have rioting in the streets. They're attacking businesses. How does unity happen when progressives attack peaceful conservatives like Trump supporters that are out rallying? I mean, how does unity happen when progressives on CNN and other networks call for the eradication of conservatives, patriots, and Trump supporters? Now, if you understand eradication as I do, that means they want to kill us. And just how is that? How is that not a terroristic threat? I'm just saying, guys, how is that? Really? So here we go. They're threatening to kill us. Now, there are many people out there that are talking that, hey, here we are. Is this a civil war again? Is this a civil war again? Are we in the early stages of it? Or is it already here and we just have been fat and happy in our lives? We've all been doing well. Everything has been going good. Did we just get too complacent over the last 2 decades? And to that, I would say yes. But let me say this, guys. We do believe that state sovereignty is now more important than ever. Look, if New York don't want to take the new vaccines, and they want to kill millions of their citizens, that's up to them. That's okay with them. If they want to kill black babies, hey, have at it. New York, all the liberal states, have at it. That's what they really want. But, let me say this. State legislators and politicians should reject voting fraud and demand action or reject the election night results from November 3rd, 2020. Biden and Harris cannot be validated in any way, shape, or form, no matter what happens. No matter what happens. And that's the truth of it. So I would say to you, contact your state legislator. Contact your congressman. Let them know you're pissed off and you will not accept unless there is a total audit of the system, including the Dominion software that was used to steal and change the vote overnight after all of these states shut down their voting count November 3rd, 2020. It cannot be validated ever as it is. Here's what we got to do, and I'm really serious about this. We've got to reject, we've got to resist, we've got to bring them down. Many of us are veterans. We're 28 million strong. 28 million strong. We have conservative patriots by the millions. By the millions. We are strong. Let me say this. CNN is on the brink as AT&T is trying to sell it. They are $150 billion in debt because of CNN and the crap they pull and the fact that nobody's actually paying much attention to them anymore, other than all the progressive wonks out there that want to kill us. I mean, do not watch CNN, even if you're going there to see what the enemy is saying. Play the progressive game. Attack their advertisers. Tell them you're not going to buy their products if they advertise on that station. You're just not going to do it. It's easy as sending emails. Takes you maybe 10 minutes to look their advertisers up and send them an email. It's that quick. And we've all got a problem now with Fox News, because they've added all these liberals to their format. Now, if we really want to hurt Fox, and which it was great tonight with Mark Levin and Kellyanne McElhaney, it was great with them tonight. It's great with Tucker Carlson. But I would say if you want to hit them hard, unsubscribe Fox Nation. Attack their advertisers. You're not going to put up with a station that's not fair and balanced anymore. You're just not going to do it. And the same goes for the mainstream media networks. ESPN, the NFL, the NBA. Don't participate. Don't watch. Attack their advertisers. We together can bring them down. We can. We can. We don't have to put up with this. We don't have to put up with this. And for you guys in the manufacturing sector, like I was, you understand what has happened to manufacturing here in this country over the last 40 years until Donald Trump, who is still our president. I would say to you, especially you guys in the auto sector, that depend on supplying parts for the vehicles, the type vehicles that are being built now. And there are millions of you across the country. I know because there's thousands of them here in this area where we live. Thousands, by the thousands. You ought to be pissed off at hell at your liberal politicians that have participated in this election fraud. Especially you guys up around Michigan, Pennsylvania, and elsewhere, in the northern states, in the Iron Belt. Attack, what I would say to you, let's attack these electric vehicle sales. They're high-priced golf carts, is what they are. The new Hummer is over $80,000. In order to sell these things in a massive way, there's going to have to be government subsidies. And what are government subsidies? It's taxes on me and you. That's what it is. We pay them to build the cars. We'll pay them to build the trucks. We'll pay them to build other outlandish ideas that comes out of the progressive left. Even though you may be driving an electric car, and even though you may think you're using windmill to resupply energy for that electric car, it takes petroleum fuels to lubricate and fossil fuels to make plastics. The list runs on and on and on. And there will be a great loss of manufacturing jobs, especially in the auto industry. Because I promise you, people don't really want these cars. They're happy with what they got. They're happy with the cheap energy prices. But yes, that's going to change too. It is. Just think about it, guys. You know in your heart what's going on and what's going to happen. You really do. And you know, is violence just around the corner? I mean, we've got Antifa and the BLM attacking peaceful Trump supporters as they did last night in Washington, D.C., attacking restaurants and other businesses, even the black business. That was last night, 11/14/20. It's already started. It's already started. And you know, on top of that, we have news media like CNN out there encouraging these attacks to the point they are asking them to kill. And the reason I say that is because there are people on those programs who are talking about eradicating conservatives, eradicating elderly people. That is out there. They have said this stuff. And to me, that is a terroristic threat. That is a terroristic threat. There should be hundreds, if not thousands, of people in jail today arrested by the FBI. But there's not. There's not. And it makes me ill that they can get away with this stuff just because of some freaking governors and some freaking mayors in progressive cities and states across the country are willing to go along. And we have evidently an FBI and a Homeland Security that's willing to go along. There was a guy stabbed in Washington, D.C. last night 6 times. We don't know the whole story, but we understand he's going to survive. And what I am saying to you tonight, be ready to protect yourself and your family at all times. At all times. And when these kind of people come around and these politicians say this kind of stuff, we must resist. We must reject intimidation. And as Obama said, if they bring a knife, you bring a gun. And the last thing I'll do here is I'll quote Chris Kyle, who said to his mother, violence does solve problems. And that may be where we have to go. That may be where we have to go, guys, is what I'm saying. It was an incredible thing what we witnessed the last 4 years up till this election. Up until this election. And really, that's my comment for the night. And now I want to go into the China virus thing. Everybody knows that I tested positive. I'm doing well. And what I want to say to you, and I don't want to take away all the thunder for November 28th, when we're on the courthouse steps there in Tarrant County. And let me say this, guys. You guys in the other states, you might consider this also, especially places where you're in places where they're considering another lockdown, like Chicago, where they're telling them to forget Thanksgiving. Now that's bullshit, is what that is. We're not going to put up with that. We're not going to be put back in a box. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, if Governor Cuomo wants to kill off his population in New York, hey, have at it. Do it. By all means, kill them off. But why that son of a bitch is not accountable for killing tens of thousands of people in New York State, I don't know why. I don't know why. But it's about time this turns around. And we have limited time to do it. Limited time. We're going to need your help. We're going to need you sharing. We're going to need you liking our videos. And yes, we will do our best to live stream from the Tarrant County Courthouse steps. Now, they can't stop us from doing this. No matter what kind of fit they throw, it is our constitutional right to get out there and have a rally, thank our first responders, our medical people, and seek redress. It is our right to do so. It is your right to do so. You don't have to put up with this BS. And if they try and stop us, they will be in court. They will be in court. So we do hope you join us, those that can. And if you can't be there, you're in some other state, hey, we'll try our best to live stream it, see if it works. It doesn't always work well, but we'll do our best. And but we know we will film it, and so we know we'll have it one way or the other for you to witness. But we need people to show up. We really do. It doesn't have to be a large crowd. It just has to be enough that satisfies the media, because we're going to put it out there to them and see if they ignore us. But that doesn't make us any difference. We've been ignored before. We've been paid attention to before. We've had AR-15s and sniper rifles pointed at us. Yeah, we've had all of it. We've had all of it over the years. But once again, we're ready to take them on, whoever them might be. And we got news for Dr. Fauci, who's telling us to comply. BS, Mr. Fauci, BS. We're not going to put up with it. And it's not all doom and gloom, like we will explain on the courthouse steps in Tarrant County. And real quick, I'm going to say hi to some people on the chat line, and now I'm going to play this video for you. Tucker Live, Chuck Bayless, Ironhead, Jerry, Priscilla Chavez, yeah, Mike Matisse, Earl Bennett. Well, that's Dutch. So, wow. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it. And thank you for being on the chat line and your comments and the camaraderie that goes on there. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do next is play this video for you that is about the, let me get my mouse over. There we go. I'm going to play this video for you. If I can find it. Here it is. I'm going to play this video for you. This interview on Fox Business. This is really important. So watch this.
Well, joining us tonight is Sidney Powell, a member of President Trump's legal team, General Flynn's defense attorney, a great American and prominent appellate lawyer. Great to have you with us, Sidney. Let's start with the Dominion, a straight-out disavowal of any claim of fraud against the company, its software or machines. Your reaction?
Well, I can hardly wait to put forth all the evidence we have collected on Dominion, starting with the fact it was created to produce altered voting results in Venezuela for Hugo Chavez, and then shipped internationally to manipulate votes for purchase in other countries, including this one. It was funded by money from Venezuela and Cuba, and China has a role in it also. So if you want to talk about foreign election interference, we certainly have it now. We have staggering statistical evidence. We have staggering testimony from witnesses, including one who was personally in briefings when all of this was discussed and planned, beginning with Hugo Chavez and how it was designed there, and then saw it happening in this country. As soon as the state shut down on election night and stopped counting, those are the states where the most egregious problems occurred. We also need to look at and are beginning to collect evidence on the financial interests of some of the governors and secretaries of state who actually bought into the Dominion systems, surprisingly enough. Hunter Biden-type graft to line their own pockets by getting a voting machine in that would either make sure their election was successful or they got money for their family from it.
Well, that's straightforward. It may take, you're going to have to be quick to go through and to produce that investigation and the results of it. The December deadlines are approaching for electors, and just as we saw in 2000 with Bush v. Gore. How critical are those deadlines, and how urgent does that make your investigation and discovery?
Well, for fraud this serious, I think even if the states are stupid enough to go ahead and certify the votes where we know the machines were operating and producing altered election results, if they're stupid enough to do that, then they will be set aside by the fraud also. I mean, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of votes. President Trump won this election in a landslide. It's going to be irrefutable, and patriots are coming forward every day, all day, faster than we can collect their information with the testimony they're willing to give under oath about how their votes were stolen and how the machines operated. They were updated the night of the election, sometimes after the election. We've got statistical evidence that shows hundreds of thousands of votes being just put in and replicated. It's going to be, there needs to be a massive criminal investigation, and it's going to affect millions of voters and elections.
With these allegations, these charges, is the FBI already carrying out an investigation of these voting companies where their servers are domiciled, and in at least three instances, we know they're in foreign countries? Tell us where the Justice Department is in all of this.
I wish I knew. I'm not on the inside, so I'm not privy to that information. I know that even Democratic senators and congresspeople for years have reported problems with this system to the FBI and to the government, and nobody's done a blooming thing about it. The people in the election security part of Department of Homeland Security need to be fired yesterday. They're absolutely ridiculous. Of course, Chris Wray needs to be fired too, because the only FBI interview of any witness was to intimidate him and try to get him to change his truthful testimony 4 hours by an anti-Trump FBI agent. They still have politics infecting the FBI instead of just following the law. We are on the precipice of, this is essentially a new American revolution. And anybody who wants this country to remain free needs to step up right now. These are federal felonies. Altering a vote or changing a ballot is a federal felony. People need to come forward now and get on the right side of this issue and report the fraud they know existed in Dominion voting systems, because that's what it was created to do. It was its sole original purpose. It has been used all over the world to defy the will of people who wanted freedom.
Sydney, at the outset of this broadcast, I said that this is the culmination of what has been over a 4-year effort to overthrow this president, to first deny his candidacy, the election, but then to overthrow his presidency. This looks like the effort to carry out an end game in the effort against him. Do you concur?
Oh, absolutely, and it's been organized and conducted with the help of Silicon Valley people, the big tech companies, the social media companies, and even the media companies. And I'm going to release the Kraken.
Well, good, because this is an extraordinary and such a dangerous moment in our history. I really am very concerned for the country. I am very concerned for all Americans. And I have a feeling that most Democrats are first Americans and not Democrats. They have to be as alarmed as any one of us. Cindy, we're glad that you are on the charge to straighten out all of this. It is a foul mess, and it is far more sinister than any of us could have imagined, even over the course of the past 4 years. You get the last word, Sydney.
It is indeed a very foul mess. It is farther and wider and deeper than we ever thought, but we are going to go after it, and I am going to expose every one of them.
What do you think about that? It makes you sick. It makes you sick to know what has happened to our countries. And you have to ask your question. You have to ask this question. Do Democrats, do they really give a damn? Or is it just win at any cost? Is that what it is for them? Because the way I see it right now, that answer is yes, at any cost, no matter what. No matter what. No matter whether you damage the frickin' economy, no whether you damage the livelihoods of millions of American people. Do they really give a damn? And if they do, they should step up and say so and join us. This is the reason we cannot accept this. This is the reason we got to continue to get into the streets. We cannot let them win this just because they say so. It is not over. It is not over. If you would like, share our videos. You and I are now on the front lines. Whether you hate politics or not, this is going to affect you. This is going to affect your livelihoods. This is going to affect your families. And it's not going to be good for the American people, the average American out there. Oh, this is going to be great for some politicians because they're going to be able to continue scamming the hell out of all of us. That's what they're going to be doing. And they're doing it right now. We cannot let them get away with it. And I know I'm repeating myself, but damn, guys and girls, and one thing I say to you guys out there, get your wives involved. Get them involved, because we know if we ask them to do something, they will do it with gusto. They should be all about protecting their families and their ability to survive and have a wonderful life in this country. The kind of wonderful lives we've had for decades now. For decades. Donald Trump has done more for the American worker than any president in my lifetime. He really has. He's done more in 4 years than the last, 6 administrations. And it was all there for others to do, yet they did not do it. They didn't get the job done. And that's a fact. They didn't get the job done. And so we look to you to help out. I'm sorry my audio was down. I didn't bring it back up after that video, but hopefully it went out there. We don't have a producer. I'm it. And when OG's not here, then my task gets a little bit harder. But I thank everybody. And now I think what I'll do now is I was going to show you one other thing because I talked about it the other night. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yeah. I talked about this the other night, and I was talking about when Breitbart, when we were together in Houston, just before he died, I guess it was about a month before, and Breitbart was holding up phones telling everybody that, hey, you are now a reporter. And just like those kids on Right Side Broadcasting that went out last night there in Washington, D.C. and got attacked just because they were filming what was going on with Antifa and the BLM types that were attacking restaurants and businesses. Well, you know, Breitbart is the one that influenced me greatly. And that's me and him prior to cancers and his death a month later. He was a great guy, and he was a great influence on me and the path we followed after that, whether it be in the Tea Party movement or whether it be in our quest as bikers to be treated fairly and like every other citizen is treated in this country. We work hard at that. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can do several things, and we're going to. This is not the end, everybody. This is the beginning of the fight. This is the beginning of the Civil War that we have not recognized. You know, it's almost like we didn't recognize that the attacks on 9/11, and prior to that, we didn't recognize what was coming at us. And in that same realm, we haven't recognized what was coming at us here at home by domestic terrorists. We've ignored it. Homeland Security has ignored it. The FBI has ignored it. Past administrations have ignored it. We are in for the fight of our lives. Sorry about that. We must make patriots out of our children instead of indoctrinated idiots. Now is the time to do that. And I'm sorry for the cough. My throat is really dry, but it is what it is. It's not the COVID doing that. It's the fact that meds like Metamucil makes you dry. So, with that, everybody, have a great evening. Ride safe. If you don't have a motorcycle, buy one and come ride with us. We got other chapters forming around the country. We got a lot going on, and that's what this weekend was about at our club meeting. We got a lot going on, and we want you to join us. Ride safe, stay safe. This is Butch Popeye Moss, Texas Biker Radio.